God, women are just so stupid. Holy shit, just say you like dick, bro. Oh my god. No, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. I honestly gotta think this entire family waits until it's 2 a.m. and then goes into the bathroom, does some bullshit, does whatever. It's like they purposely wait till it's 2 a.m. and they know I'm gonna be home to start pulling some bullshit on me. Honest to fucking God. Honest to God. No, it's like they know. It's like they fucking know. I honestly God just have to jump into this real quick. Like I said, 2 in the morning. It is currently 2:25 in the morning. So we have to get into this now. If we're gonna finish this at all. If we're gonna keep it below an hour. Okay, so last episode I mentioned I was gonna talk about the Blood of Hercules now. And that's what we're gonna do. And it is something. Okay, this is The Blood of Hercules by Jamie Moss. I have no idea if she's written anything else. Shouldn't. I'm kidding. Before we start this, because there's like a bunch of names that all start with A, and they make me want to kill myself. Okay. So the story is basically about some girl, right, who's homeless with her little brother, who is, mind you, I say little brother, only a year younger, and they're also foster, not actual, like, blood brothers. They're blood brothers. But, what is it? They were in the same foster house, something happened with their parents, now they're homeless. Okay, we'll get into it. But basically about a girl who finds out she's Spartan, and then she's forced to do some bullshit. Alright, they forced her to do some BS while also hating her because apparently they all gay and hate pussy. Whatever. Anyways, but she's Spartan, and then she becomes, you're Spartan, and then you're either Olympian or Phonics or whatever the fuck. But there's 12 houses of Sparta. And then the Olympian house is the House of Zeus, House of Hera, House of Athena, House of Hermes, House of Poseidon, House of Demeter, House of Apollo, and House of Dionysus. Dionysus. That's how I'm gonna say it. And then is this the Chthonic houses? Is that how it's spelled, Chthonic? If that's how Chthonic is spelled in this shit, I would be pissed. Oh my god, that is how Chthonic is spelled. Mind you, I've been calling it phonic this entire time. Like, they're phonic. Like PHOXIN, phonic, or some bullshit. How the fuck you spell that shit? No, this shit is spelled CHTHONIC. Fuck you. The phonic houses is the house of Ares, Hades, and Artemis. Is that it? And Aphrodite. It's also Aphrodite. I don't know what the fuck this isn't showing it, but. And then the phonic, thynic, is the CH silent at this fucking point? The fuck? Chthonic house lineages. Can a bitch read? She apparently fucking can't. Chthonic house lineages. The House of Artemis. House of yeah, it shows all of them, but oh my god, there's a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of BS in this. Okay, so House of Artemis is Erebus, Artemis, Gorgon, and they had Karen, Heron, okay, and Medusa. House of Aphrodite, human Aphrodite, Ares, and then Patroclus is in the story is the son of a human and Aphrodite, and then Helen is the son of Ares and Aphrodite, and then House Hades and Persephone. That's it. And then they have a dead child. Okay, I'm trying to read this. Okay, House Ares, Melma, deceased, incarcerated. Okay, so Medusa's incarcerated. Karen, I'm calling him Karen, I don't give a fuck. Karen, Helen, and Augustus are House Ares and Eris. and then Patroclus and Ares are male mutts, and then Aphrodite and Hades have a deceased child. But the house of Ares is human, and Ares had Achilles, and then Ares and Aphrodite also had Augustus. So Augustus and Helen are full siblings, and then their half sibling on Aphrodite's side is Patroclus in this story, because I don't think that's the actual lore IRL. Um. Okay. Okay. Damn, that's crazy. Wait, so Ares? So Helen would be related to. Oh my god, wait. Helen is related to Patroclus, Achilles, and Augustus. But also in the story, Patroclus and Achilles, of course, are together because gay. So that would mean. Imagine if your two step siblings got together. But because they aren't related, it's like, whatever. Also, I'm pretty sure they are not fucking above incestual shit. So, they aren't. Of course, it's Greek gods. Of course they're not. But, yeah, no, that's crazy. Anyways, I have notes. I think I'm gonna write I think I'm just gonna tell them out. Here's my, like, little spark notes for the Blood of Herc. We'll start off. Why is everyone gay and hate pussy? Because let me tell you this. The story starts off with this bitch, Alexis, right? I literally wrote down the script. From homelessness to the crucible before a tavern, which is some bullshit. Then the aftermath of that, and then the ending. So I'm gonna just go through this shit. So her foster parents sell lean and are abusive. That's how it starts off. It starts off with her breaking off the rope from her wrist and then chilling in the grass and being like, man, life is crazy when you're 10. Like, it's, I don't fucking know what the hell she's talking about. And then she's in there. She meets a actual snake. They also mention she's like 30 pounds. A 30-pound snake, but she's carrying her, running with her and shit. Like, have her over her neck, no issue. A 30-pound snake? Sure. And then they keep mentioning the snake, and I guess this Nyx. Her name's Nyx. The snake is named Nyx. Nyx is, of course, let me repeat it. A snake. Actually, I'll get into it later. Because I'm going all over the place. Because, hey, this needs explanation. Okay. So, yeah, no. She literally talks about how her parents sell homemade drug bleach to sell to people for money in this trailer home in Montana. Basically, they sell lean. And maybe they won't go hungry. And then she befriends Nyx. And then maybe like damn near like a week later, Charlie, who is 9 at the time, she's 10 and he's 9, gets dropped off, who is a mute child. He don't talk. He does not talk. So now in this house that, mind you, her foster parents, who, mind you, don't care about her, abuse the fuck out of her, like they tie her up like and shit, like break her wrist, like they beat her up in that fucking house. And then they also sell lean. But so now these people who can hardly handle her now got another child dropped off, because again, it's like post-apocalyptic type shit, because the year is 2092, I think is what the year they said it was. It is 20. No, wait. Yeah, like 2092. Hey guys, it's 2092. I was not trying to think. Whoops. It was 2092, and Titans took over in like 2030 or some shit like that. So the apocalypse is coming, but Titans took over, and now Spartans kill the Titans or whatever the fuck, but they can't be killed because Titans are immortal. So Spartans, so because they're immortal, they can't die, they regenerate, yada yada yada. And in this world, they love the Phonics because they're like the Titan hunters, because they're like, Phonics are evil. phonics are bad. Like, they had this whole proposition where it was like, phonic evil, Olympian good. I'm not following this propaganda. But it was like, whatever, Zeus and Hades, they were beefing and shit. Like, of course they're beefing, y'all. Whatever the fuck. So, they had a war. It chilled out. They're chill now. Titans going around doing, causing a muck. They were like, let's team up. No, we'll be so good. Like, nope, trust. Like, we're gonna be on the good side or whatever. So now they're fighting it because of, like, their sins or whatever. They're like, you guys were evil at one point. So now you gotta fight these Titans. Okay. So they're doing that. And then, so now everybody knows who the Phonics, because, OMG, they kill the Titans and they look so hot doing it. Or whatever the fuck. So that's the type of world that they live in. So that's why it's post-apocalyptic, because that's all happening in, like, Sparta, and they're all being chill in, like, Greece, and this is happening in Montana. Like, no, like, they're dying over there. But anyways, they get Charlie, and then at one point, Alexis hears her parents dead as saying, "Let's just kill Charlie. Let's just kill Charlie." So she tells Charlie to hide while she fights off her parents. And in the aftermath of the fight, she ends up losing hearing and vision in her left side. So her left eye and her left ear are fucked. So now she has multicolored eyes. She has a black eye and a fucking silver blind eye, or whatever the fuck. But the mom dies via a Titan attack, and Titans, I guess, can be invisible or whatever the fuck. But the mom dies via Titan attack, and while there's in this post-apocalyptic world, if you get attacked by a Titan, you have a phone in the house somewhere to be able to call it and be like, hey, we need help from the Spartans or whatever the fuck, because they're like our gods, but they're also like our saviors or whatever the fuck. But the phone is in the bathroom, so of course Charlie and Alexis and Nyx are hiding in the bathroom because, again, Alexis just got beat to a fucking pulp. And Charlie's crying in there, so they're like, oh, like, call the phones, call the Spartans, like, your mother's dying. Mind you, he's saying, like, your mother's dying after they nearly try to kill this bitch. So of course she's like, I'm not calling that shit. I'm not calling them. So she doesn't, and then the mom dies. So then when the police come over, because, you know, there's like a dead person, they are like, oh, like, what is it? Your daddy said it was a Titan, but what really happened? So then she just looks at him and she goes, yeah, my dad fucking killed her. So then he gets arrested and the death gets pinned on him. But because, you know, they're dead and that was a crime scene because she died in the trailer, they took the trailer for criminal investigations. And then Alexis and Charlie were like, where the fuck are we supposed to go? We're homeless now. And they said, that's none of our fucking business. And then instead of, you know, getting relocated because the foster system is dog dookie, IRL, and in this world, they're just homeless at this point. And also, it is illegal for children to work. It's like illegal to work before the age of like 19 or whatever the fuck. So they literally cannot work to get food stamps and to get food. So they literally, like, so Alexis has to tutor people, and then in the payment is food stamps, food vouchers, so that they're able to get food. But they are homeless at this point. From this point forward, they are now homeless and living in a box in the back of the trailer. Okay, and right before the end of the story, right before the start of, like, her being a fucking Spartan, they also have a dog named Fluffy. And they all hashtag stink. Alexis takes a test where it's shown she has Spartan blood. And then in my notes I put hashtag everyone hates women and pussy. Because they do. Because tell me why they find out. Of course, she takes a test and they drop it for blood. And it says she's Spartan. So they call it in. They're like, hey, we have a Spartan. And they're just like, girl, I know you're faking that shit. You're not a real fucking Spartan, you're a faker because you just want to be with the men, you fucking whore. They were like, stupid sissy bitch, you just killed yourself. Ain't no way a god would ever abandon a woman Eris, you're fucking stupid mutt. You're so stupid and dumb because you're a woman and you stink. That's basically all they said to this bitch for the next 3 minutes, because they injected her with basically adrenaline, and it's like, this would kill a human. Like, this is enough adrenaline to put down a titan or whatever the fuck. They're like, but for a human like you would just die. So goodbye, you just killed yourself, stupid bitch, because you want some Spartan dick. That's basically what they were saying. And then, after he's ranting for like 4 fucking whole ass minutes, they're like, oh, boss, she's still alive. And she's like, hey. And he goes, oh my god, you're for real, Spartan? Damn. Good luck. Sends them into this ring where she is now forced to fight in this crucible. Because they said any child, Spartan 18 or less, has to fight in this, because they never ever ever had like heiresses. Like, it's so rare for it's rare for Spartans to be fertile, period. Like, they're having an infertility crisis. And also, they don't produce women, period. And they value women because, again, women produce life. If they want to continue, producing heirs and producing offspring, they need to cherish their women. You would fucking think, right? But, anyways, so they force her to fight this thing, and it's out of 30 people, and they're like, the top 10 survive. She's getting her ass whooped hella. And then when she fights, she sees this kid. We learn his name is Drex. Uses phonic powers, right? Like, Lily has his hand extended, and like red smoke comes out of his hand, stinky aura, and she's like, oh my god, that's phonic powers. And then they like make eye contact for a second, and then she's like, oh my god, like, he knows that I know he's phonic. He gonna come kill me. Then the timer ends, and they're like, oh, there's only 10 people left, so we're all good now. But she's like, okay, I'll keep a secret. And then they all get mentors. As, they're like, okay, your mentor is gonna be yada 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 yada. The mentor they gave this bitch was Achilles and Patroclus. And in the story, they could just call him Patros. The thing is, those two are the most popular because they are, again, on the Titan fighting squad. So they are like BTS, they're like K-pop idols at this fucking point. So she gets paired up with the two most popular, like, motherfuckers on planet Earth. And immediately they're like, fuck you, we hate you, stupid bitch. Stupid human mutt bitch. Mind you, they're both human mutts. They're like, fuck you, stupid mutt. And then she's like, what? And they're like, you're weak, you're pathetic, you're lame, kill yourself. But don't kill yourself because we need you to be governors. So we need you alive. Point blank, period. But you a stupid bitch. And we hashtag hate you, and we're gonna hashtag fuck right outside your door too. Bro, what? Anyways, so she fights. She gets paired with them. And then again, they all hate her and say women are weak and stupid because she was in the human world. That's basically what happened. And then they're like, okay. And she was like, well, I need a plan for this crucible because it's basically, hey, torture is what they're doing. Start starving me. Hey, first of all, they're starving me. Second of all, they don't let me shower. Third of all, they don't let me sleep. And fourth of all, they don't let me drink. And fifth of all, they are making me study around the clock, like actual hard math, Latin, other bullshit. And then if, just for the fuck of it, they also make us run up a mountain, down a mountain, and swim across a lake while being hunted for 2 weeks straight. That is their daily life. And she said, hey, I need help, because how am I going to survive this? They basically looked her in the eyes and they said, yeah, we have nothing for you, bitch. Now shut the fuck up. Like, that's basically what they did, bruh. Like, I would be pissed too. But anyways, she pulls up there, and then we meet Pine and Augustus, her teachers. And then I put in a quote, because Fuck both of them for wanting to fuck a 19-year-old in their mid/late 20s. I think Augustus is 26 and Mr. Pine, Professor Pine, I'm just say he's 28. I don't fucking know, but I'm gonna just say that they're the same, around the same age. He, honest to God, could be older. Who fucking knows? But again, she is 19. She is 19 and not doing some fuck ass shit. Yeah, fuck you guys. Gross. Immediately everyone hates her because she's a girl and no way a girl can fight. This is the Crucible before this tavern. Shit. For some reason everyone is calling some random girl whore and slut they never met. Hey, dead ass this kid named Titus. The second he meets her, he's like, "You're a whore. You're a stupid bitch, whore, slut, a woman, a whore. No wonder your daddy didn't want you, you stupid bitch." God, women are just so stupid. Holy shit, just say you like dick, bro. Oh my god. No, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, bro. Say you don't get no pussy and shut up about it. Fuck. Okay, and then what else? They call her stupid for not knowing Spartan rules when she was never taught. And no one gave a fuck about her. Sorry. They're like, how do you not know the ways of a Spartan? Girl, shut the hell up. Karen is a freak. Kill him. I put freak, and yeah, I stand on that. Freak, kill him. We meet him, mind you, this entire time, because of course there has to be a love interest. This is a book. I was like, Blood of Herc. Alright, who are we getting the most exposition, not exposition, but who are we getting the most of? Like, who is the number one, like, whoa, man sticking out? To me, it's Drex. To me, it is Drex. Since, he saved her in the beginning with his phonic powers, some bullshit, I'm thinking, okay. Okay, and, like, he has, like, dark hair, pale skin, like, the basic boy shit. I was like, okay. Okay, our main guy's gonna be Drex. Got it. Age appropriate. They're the same age, they're both 19. They're both fighting this, they're, legions, whatever the fuck, like, oh, she's Olympian, but he's phonic, so it's like, oh, kind of like a, enemies type shit to lovers, even though technically they're not enemies, but, like, I was like, okay, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him. Mind you, there's four narrators in the story. 99% of this book is in Alex's point of view, so they literally had to give a guy a check for 2 minutes. But so I'm thinking here it's gonna be Drex. Drex is our main guy. That's who I'm gonna be rooting for. I think it's like chapter 10, because again I listened to this. Chapter 10 was her POV, and then chapter 11 it was somebody else's POV. A 13-minute chapter, and then the next POV was hers again. And the second it shot in a male's voice and they said chapter 11, I was like, a man's voice. I was like, we hearing about Drex? And mind you, in the chapter before that, it was her running the Crucible for the first time, her running the circuit, which is up the mountain, down the mountain, across the river. And in the river is Karen, who is the number one hunter because he's also part creature. So he is the hunter. He's like best hunter there is. And they said, you have to be a part of the crew this year. And he said, okay, whatever. So he's on the boat. And then they're like, if he catches you, he will kill you. So you have to keep swimming because he's on your trail. So this girl gets in. This guy, like, low-key won't leave her alone from day one. He's like, oh, you must be House of Zeus. What's up? I'm also from House of Zeus. Like, what's up, YouTube? Tube. Like, he was doing some bullshit like that. So then, she's like, okay, whatever. So then they're, like, swimming and shit. And then suddenly this guy starts having, like, a spasm attack. She's like, hello? And he's, like, choking, gagging, dying. And she's like, hello? So she's like, what the fuck is going on? So she's, like, grabbing at him, trying to pull him along. Like, bro, stop, chill. He is like seizing drowning. She turns over, she sees Karen right behind them. She's like, oh my god, he's doing that. So then, like, whatever, he dies, and Karen's like dead, staring at her, like staring her down. And then she swims or whatever. Fuck. Next chapter, it's man voice. I'm like, oh my god, it's Drex. Then I hear chapter 11. Karen. Karen! No, no. The second this and that shit, I was like, oh my god. This guy is the love interest? Our love interest is Karen? Karen is the love interest? Let me tell you, I got so fucking pissed. I was fucking pissed. I was like, hey, no way, it's this freak ass. This freak ass is the love interest? You got me mad. You got me mad. I'm pissed. I was fucking livid. So then I'm like, also this guy, he's like 26. This guy's also 26. Huh? So I'm like, fuck. Actually, fuck. Fuck no. Fuck no. And then, but it like cuts to his POV, and immediately he's like, I see her and she's different. And fuck, I'm so horny right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm pissed. So I'm mad. I'm like, okay, fuck this guy. Okay, where am I at? Okay, I'm looking at my notes still. I said Karen is a freak, kill him. She sees Karen kill a kid next to her and watch her. And then it cuts back to her back at her place, and she's like, guys, I need a plan. Now she's back with Achilles and Petros. And she's like, hey guys, like, I need a plan to survive my next 2 weeks. And they deadass look at her and said, well, you can either fuck everybody or kill everybody. And since we believe you can't kill anybody, fuck them. Just start fucking them. Get your way through class. I don't fucking know. And she's like, I'm so for real. I need a plan. And they said, well, what do you want from us, bitch? You suck. You actually suck. And she said, and they're like, I'm surprised you're not dead. She's like, you know what? Maybe I will be dead. Huh? What happens then? What happens if I do die? And at this point, they don't want her dead because they need her to win. And if she survives and they become generals or whatever the fuck, and they need to be generals or on the council or whatever the fuck. So I really don't want her dead. So then they're like, are you threatening us with killing yourselves? Mind you, Patroclus is the only one talking because Ares is muzzled. Yeah, Ares has a muzzle for some fucking reason. I don't even fucking remember the reason why. If they mentioned it. They mentioned it in like chapter 2, bro. So I don't even fucking know. But yes, Patroclus is the only one talking because Achilles is in a fucking muzzle. Sorry if I'm literally saying the names wrong. I might low-key be forgetting what names I'm saying because they all start with an A. But she's like, what if I just ran and kill myself, huh? What if I just kill myself, huh? What if one day I'm running up the circuit and I slip, ooh, and I fall down ooh, and I die, ooh, what then? She's saying that shit. Karen pulls up. Karen's like, honey, I'm home, to like the other two because they're like all related some fucking how. And he's like, hey, it's me. So then they're like, what's going on in here? And then Patroclus is like, this bitch just trying to kill herself. So then he gets all fucking pissed. He's all up in her face. And I was like, don't you fucking dare kill yourself, because if you hurt yourself, I'm bringing you back and I'm beating the shit out of you. Like some shit like that, right? And he's like, don't even fucking think about hurting a single hair on your head. Some bullshit. And then he says after, he's like, they need to be, Patroclus and Achilles need to be on the council. She's like, okay, this guy's threatening me just so his little BFFs can be on the council. So they only care enough about me to want me dead. That's why he's giving me these threatening looks, and that's why he's trying to kill me. I don't fucking know. She's like, he's trying to kill me, but he's not trying to kill me. Who fucking knows? And then, her mentor's still giving a fuck. And then at one point, she goes into, okay, so then it's the end of the thing, because I think she does like a month and some in the circuit before they give them like a fucking another 3-day break, because between the 2 weeks that they have to be there straight, they give them like 3 days to chill, with their mentees and recuperate and shit. So she is, you know, chilling. She survived or whatever. So now it's the fall season. Yeah, it's like the fall because it's September, and all Olympians and phonics, they have protectors, animal protectors. So Augustus, he has this raccoon named Poco. I think it's Poco. Yeah, a raccoon named Poco. Um, Achilles and Patroclus, they have ones. All I don't remember their names, but I know it's a wolf and a jaguar. That's it. And then Karen has two hellhounds named Hell and Hound. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was funny as fuck when I first heard it. Hey, it was funny. He named them that because they're invisible and nobody can see him but him. So he's like, okay, I'll just name them what the fuck I want because nobody even knows they're there. And he's also half creature or whatever the fuck. I guess Carrot is half creature. Sorry, a yawn because it is 3. At one point, you might hear my Alexa go, "It's time for bed," because it will be time for bed. But I'm finishing this, and then but yeah, no. Every Spartan has a protector once they survive the crucible, and it's like a guardian or whatever the fuck. So she has to go into this forest to befriend an animal. All the animals, everybody hates her. The animals hate her. Even like protectors like of other Spartans, they like glare and hiss at this bitch. Like they all hate her. Everybody in the mama's fucking hates this bitch for no goddamn reason. So she's in there, but she befriends a mangy ass dog who she nicknamed Fluffy Jr. And then this girl gets jumped by 3 men, beats them up, and Drex help her, starting their friendship because she's chilling in the library. Titus, that one motherfucker, talking about not Augustus because that's the teacher. Some other guy and some other guy. There's Leo, Titus, and then some other guy with an A. No wait, that's another guy. Fuck. Everybody. What the fuck? I don't remember what his name is. Whatever. There's multiple people's A's names in this shit. It's so stupid. I can't track all that shit. But anyways, this girl's early in the library. She gets jumped for some goddamn reason. She punches Drex. He punches her back in the face. Punches her in the face. So then she proceeds to kick him in the balls. She wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, she kicks him in the balls, and as he's falling down, she kicks him in the face. So she double kicks him. And then the other guy who was fighting with her, the one who starts with an A, who I cannot remember, he tries to go at her. She grabs a chair, slams it over his head, knocks him out, and then throws up on him. She fucking throws up on him. And then when Leo tries to jump her, Drex jumps in, and they start beating each other up. And whatever the fuck. The teachers come in, they go, "You better not be fighting. Because if you're fighting, you're all going to be running the crucible." And they said, "We're not fighting. We tripped. Lol." They said, okay. They believed them for some fucking reason. And they said, whatever. Augustus proceeds to grab Titus and everybody else. And he, like, mind fucks them. Because his power is to, like, break into people's mind and, like, control their will or whatever the fuck. And then he was like, "You ever touch Alexis or another woman, I'm fucking killing you." And here's the problem with Augustus. He's like, Alexis should not be in the crucible. I will make sure she doesn't fucking pass. I will make goddamn sure she never does this shit again. Women will not be woke. Women will not be feminist in this household. Thank you. That's his spiel. He's like, because women are weak and need protecting from a man. a man like me, I'm very strong and I love all women and I think women are precious, incredible, and they should never have to lift a finger because they are incredible beings. And that's a man's job because men are strong and women are weak and they shouldn't have to be strong. Like, this is spiel. Like, he's kind of giving, like, I love women, but women are stupid and weak. Like, that's kind of his vibe that he's giving off. So he turned to Titus and whatever the fuck the other guy name is, and he was like, "You will never hurt Alexis. You, you will never hurt Alexis or another woman. And if I catch you hurting another woman or Alexis again, I'm killing you now." That's basically what he did. And then, but yeah, so she got jumped. And then this one shit goes haywire. This girl goes into this tavern where sirens are naked because they talk about sirens, and sirens are people who are used for pleasure. I guess, like, they are very intelligent. They can understand every single language, but they can only speak siren, and it's not something that anybody else can speak. So, people just use them for pleasure and shit, basically, and I guess they're just like, at the tavern they have big orgy fest or whatever the fuck. But yeah, no. This girl goes into this tavern where she meets Zeus, or Zeus is like, damn, you kinda ugly, you kinda dumb, peace. I guess. Like, Zeus is like, let me see you. He said, damn, you kinda look like me. I don't know. He's like, why you weak in a woman? That's kind of stupid. Like, that's basically what she meant. And this guy's supposed to be her father or the fuck. Anyways, well, this girl goes to this cavern where sirens are naked, can't speak with anyone but themselves. Then, when Alexis can talk to them, because apparently Alexis can talk to anything, she talks to Nick. Nobody can hear or see Nick. She can hear the hellhounds, but she doesn't realize she can hear them. And then she talks with the sirens, and they're like, wait a minute, she can talk to us? Nobody's talked to us before. So then they all crowd and hang out with her. And so they're all hanging out playing like spoons and shit while everyone's having an orgy around them. Yeah, because the whole place erupts into a big fucking orgy. Because of course it does. And then she's the only woman in there, so of course they all want to do is fuck because they're all men and they all want to have orgies and shit. So then they're playing games like, they're playing a card game while everyone else is fucking. And there's a piano guy, and they're like, oh my god, like, everybody wants to fuck the piano guy. Like, he is so great in bed, y'all. Like, the piano guy, like, they all want him because, like, he has the best cock. Like, that's basically what's going on also, too, on the side. Like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? And then in this group, there's 8 sirens, like 7 are women and 1's male. And the 1's male was sitting next to Alexis. And the male siren is too touchy, and when they try to make she's too touchy. He's too touchy with her, like he has an arm wrapped around her, like he's like, I know you wanna drink this drink of mine, and she's like, girl, I'm good. Like, he's all up touchy with her. And then at one point they're like, oh, Alexis, like, because they all constantly are there. They're all basically there used for pleasure at this point. But so of course a lot of them have had sex, and then they're like, oh, Alexis, like, how many men and women have you had sex with? At one point they want to know, and she's like, 0 virgin. And they're like, oh my god. And then the male siren goes, you want to change that? Like, we can fuck right now. And then she's like, oh no, I'm good. Hey buddy, I'm good. So then she, they're like, oh my god, and you're fully clothed. Like, everybody here naked. Like, why you fully clothed, girl? And then she's like, shit. So then, at one point, like, she keeps winning this game. So the loser has to do, like, a little dare or whatever the fuck. And eventually, they eventually, like, Loki kind of trick her into losing. And they're like, oh my god, you lost. Now you have to do whatever we say, and you have to strip. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. She, like, keeps teasing at them for a bit, and they're like, no, because also she's, like, probably drunk as fuck. She's, like, also Loki drunk. And so then she's like, no, no, like, I'm not gonna strip. I'm not gonna strip. And they're like, you have to do it because you lost. And she's like, okay. So at one point, she, like, she's, like, starts pulling down the sleeves, like, the straps of her toga. And they're all like, ooh, ah. And as she's, like, right there, suddenly Augustus pulls up. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing, girl? He's like, what the hell are you doing? And then she's like, what? And then also while she's doing that, the piano guy stops. Turns out the piano guy is Karen. Ugh, get this guy out of here, bro. Why is everybody the bus? Like, why is he the bus driver, bro? Shut up. Why are you the piano man? Um, and then Augustus is like, I'm taking you away from here because clearly you're done here. Like, you've done too much. You're done. So he goes and picks her up and takes her out of there. And then because she's like, let me go, I'm not leaving, let me go. So she starts like throwing a kind of a fit. And then the sirens are like, oh my god, he's taking her. Get him! So then they start like Loki trying to jump Augustus, but he's like pushing them aside. So then suddenly a big fight breaks out while she's getting dragged away, bruh. It's like orgy on one side of the corner and then a big ass fight. And then a siren drops down and she dies. A siren fucking dies. Which, mind you, is low-key kind of crazy because sirens are also immortal beings. Are they immortal beings? Wait, I don't remember. They, honest to God, might not be immortal beings, but she dies. Anyways, what happens is she dies. Yeah. And then after that, the whole shit gets crazy again. When she gets back to the fucking library... Whoops, I just dropped my phone. Whoops. Whee, whoopsies. Okay, when she gets back from... And she goes to the library, she goes to study. When she opens her book, and she gets threatened by a stranger. There's a note that says, leave the school, bitch. It's like, leave the school or bad things are gonna happen. And she's like, boy, what the hell is this? So she ignores it, doesn't give a fuck. But then when she, there's a blanket on the chair that she takes. It's a blanket. And then she sees a box underneath the tables. And nobody's there, so she opens it. She proceeds to see 2 eyeballs, a nose, and fingers that have specific jewelry that she recognizes because it is the same jewelry that the male siren was wearing, because he was all up on her, sniffing her and shit. Oh, it's him. So she realizes that this guy died. And now his body parts are being sent to her. Mind you, the box is like black with red velvet ribbon and shit. And then there's also something sparkly underneath. She sees something glowing underneath. Like, not glowing, but something like shining underneath the body parts. But she closes that shit, puts it away. She goes, that's none of my business. What the hell? So now she's low-key tweaking out. Because this person who just threatened her also killed this guy. So she's like, what the fuck? So then she starts low-key spiraling. And then she basically shuts down after the death of the siren because she knows it's tied to her. So she's like low-key freaking out. And then at one point, they're running the circuit when a Titan shows up. So there's like maybe like a month later, they're running the circuit. A Titan shows up, which is unheard of because, mind you, like, they're not Spartans, so they're not invincible. So they also don't have the skill set to fight against Titans, because the ones who fight the Titans are the Phonics, which is Achilles, Patroclus, Augustus, and Karen. They're the ones who fight. They like have... let me tell you, why these guys deadass have artillery? Like, why do they have a weapons manufacturer company? What? What? But anyways, they have guns and they fight the Titans. So mind you, they're not there. So they're like, oh, we need to go. We need a, fuck, there's a Titan. So then they run all the way up, because they always have a mentor when they run the circuit, because it's either somebody fell asleep, somebody didn't answer the right question. But whenever you answer a question wrong and you have to run the circuit, they call the mentor. They call your mentor, the person who fucked up, and they said, your student fucked up, we gotta go run the circuit now, and you have to lead them. So Leo, I'm pretty sure, fell asleep. And they brought his mentor, So then they are up at the hill. They're like, hey, there's a Titan. The mentor goes, let me go get Patroclus, and Achilles leaves them. Hey, this guy just left them. Defenseless. And they'll go, that guy just fucking left us. Like, the actual, like, trained Spartan just abandoned us. Cool. So now they're up there, and then this guy who was, like, the heir, this, like, a pure blood heir to the House of Hermes, he's like, let me go get Karen. So then he speeds, because he has like the little wings on his ankles, he speeds the fuck down to go get Karen because Karen is on the boat and he's one of the guys, obviously. So then they have to run down the hill with a Titan on their ass. They're running. Leo like trips and twists his ankle, whatever the fuck. So then Alexa stops and she goes, hey, get up, like, come on, let's go. No, this Titan proceeds to rip this guy's throat out and he dies immediately. His hand's still in hers, and she's like, oh my god, this guy just fucking died! So she's now in shock because she just saw another fucking person die. And then she hears like some dog yelping and shit, but she doesn't hear anything because it's either Hell or Hound shows up to like try to fight off the Titan. So then Nyx, who has been here the entire time, mind you, she's like, let me attack this Titan so that you can go. Like, you can get free. Miss Girl, she's still stuck there. Like, she's frozen in fear watching this Titan. So then she's like, just standing there. The Titan's standing there. Like, they're kind of looking at each other like, what's gonna happen? So she's like, at this point, I gotta fight this guy. So then the Titan comes at her. She, like, pushes him back. Or the fuck, she, like, kicks him, pushes him back, rather. And before the Titan can get her again, fucking Karen shows up, starts shooting this motherfucker up, like, whatever gets her. And then he proceeds to start yelling at her. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why the hell are you standing up here? Like, what the fuck is your problem, you stupid bitch? And then he's yelling at her so bad. But when he yells at her, it causes Alexis to, like, remember her fucking foster parents yelling at her. So she shuts down, and then he's like, oh fuck, I made her shut down. And then she also got slashed by the Titan while they were fighting. So then they get to a doctor. A doctor, for some reason, tries to cop a feel. He's actually actively trying to cop a feel. Like, and then when Augustus and Karen, because mind you, Augustus is also the love interest. Yeah, it's Augustus and Karen. How about I kill myself? But two guys I don't like. Fuck, pissed. And then Augustus and Karen, they're like, why'd you try to cop a feel? And then he's like, well, nobody gives a fuck about her. She's just some random mutt, and there's been no pussy around. They kill him. And then she's in the library when she gets another note. The guy who threatened her before, the one who was like, leave the school, he's like, how'd you enjoy the Titan, bitch? So now she knows that the Titan attacked them because of her, and that Leo died because of her. She's like, great. Fucking great. So then, that's the day they have to bond with the Protector, and she's like, great, every single fucking animal on planet Earth hates me. What am I gonna do? So then she proceeds to be chilling around. Titus, fucking loser, with his little, like, stupid pigeon on his shoulder. He's like, oh, you don't have a protector. Of course you wouldn't, because you're a stupid, weak bitch. He's like, bird, killer. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So then she's like, oh my god, what the hell? And then Fluffy Jr. pulls out of nowhere, bites a huge ass chunk out of Titus's ankles. Like, gets him bad. So then he's like, that stupid dog bit me. I'm gonna kill him because I can. And if any animal bites me, I'm allowed to retaliate any way I can. And he's like, and I'm gonna kill it. And then she's like, no, you can't. That's my protector. And she goes, boy, you making that shit up. No, he is not. No way that thing is your fucking protector. She goes, no, he is. He is. She's like, so let me bond with him before you start doing some shit. And the thing is, if you try to bond with an animal who is not your protector, it will proceed to melt your mind and you will have to be killed because you would just go insane because the animal will not fuck with you. But yeah, Fluffy Jr. ends up being her protector, so now she's chill with Fluffy Jr. And then eventually it's like the end and they have the little ball because at the end of the graduation, they throw a ball, and then she's like, "Why the fuck we throwing a ball?" And then they're like, "Oh well, Spartans want to celebrate any way they can." So then she, you know, and it's a masquerade. Fuck, it's a masquerade ball. What do they want to be? Fan of the opera? It's a masquerade ball. And she, I don't even fucking remember what she fucking picked. But they're like, don't even try to figure out who's who, because like these people wear a huge masquerade mask, like they put voice changers, like they want to be hidden, like they want to be hidden. And then, oh my god, I even mentioned, but her fucking mentors, they're being low-key weird right before this too. Like, bro, tell me why her mentors want to fuck her too. Piss me off, bro. They also want her. Fucking Achilles and Patroclus want her. Oh, okay. Yeah, I also wrote that shit down. I wrote that shit down, bro. But she's at the ball, and she starts dancing with with Karen and Augustus, and she like gets notices them, but she's dancing with them, and she's basically grinding up fucking freak nasty with them in the middle of the dance room, bruh. They're like straight up fucking in the goddamn ballroom, bruh. And she's like, I don't want them, but I am low-key gonna fuck them in front of everybody. Like, they grinding freaking nasties. Whatever the fuck. But then, yeah, no, also, Augustus and Patroclus want her too. Achilles and Patroclus. They're like, yeah, you didn't want us? So now we really want you, bro. Like, some stupid shit. They're like, yeah, you never tried to, like, fuck us. Because, you know, we didn't respect you at all at the beginning, so clearly you didn't like us. But because of that, now we want to fuck you bad. Like, that's basically what happened. If we're being so fucking serious, that's basically how that fucking went on. But anyways, and Alexis is chilling with Hera. Like I mentioned earlier, Hera is like little sister. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Hera is related to every single one of these motherfuckers. But she is an heiress, and she is 16. She is 16. 15. I think she's 15. 15, 16, I don't fucking remember. But she's chilling with them, and then, Alexis and Hera, they both end up getting kidnapped because they just try to kidnap Alexis, but then Hera like try to save them too. Try to save her, so she also got kidnapped. And then a Titan was sent to their location to be killed because the heir of Zeus, I don't remember his name. He's a fuck ass loser, but during the tavern scene when Alexis was talking with Zeus, he was like, "Oh, maybe you could even be an heiress if you're strong enough." And the heir of Zeus, he was like, no way he just fucking said that. So then he was pissed, and he was like, oh, well, I gotta kill her because ain't no way she's gonna be wearing a fucking crown. So yeah, he was the one sending threatening notes. It started with a T. I don't remember his name though. But Alexis gets out of it. She gets out. And then, yeah, the heir of Zeus was a kidnapper because they didn't want Alexis to be the heiress of Zeus. This girl isn't even Spartan. She's Phonics, and turns out she's the daughter of Hades. Yeah. This entire time they've been calling her the child of Zeus. No, but she's the child of fucking Hades. She's the child of fucking Hades, bro. And then also she's fucking betrothed to Augustus and Karen. Oh, I completely missed the part. Oh my god. There's this other kid. I can't believe I didn't write this down. There's another kid who befriended Drex and Alexis. His name also started with an A, right? He started with an A. He very, 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 very clearly liked Alexis, and wanted her bad. But, at one point, I think he just straight up kissed her at one point, and then he was like, oh, that was nice. We should do that again. At one point. And then it was like right before they had a 3-day break. And then when they comes back, it's like the last 2 weeks, they come back and they go, where is he? And he goes, yeah, he quit. He just quit. No, he was killed. He was killed. I remember, what was it? It was his eyes, his mouth, and I think his fingers too. because he was like playing with one of her curls, and he was also dead. He got killed, and then there's also something shiny underneath. But Alexis, of course, didn't fucking take that because she was like, "What the hell?" But it turns out she's and then also on one of the times she returned, she saw this hoodie and a skull hoodie, emo as hell, and she fucking wore it all the time. So because of that of her doing that shit, it turns out she's betrothed to Augustus and Karen, because also they're allowed to have multiple spouses because they're sluts. She unknowingly accepted betrothal gifts, which would be to show you can provide and protect, or whatever the fuck is like the things. So you have to send 2 gifts, which is basically like an item of your clothing, or an item or gift of like clothing that you gave them, or an item of clothing or belonging that you give to them, jewelry, and a way to provide that you can protect them, which in their case was to kill the Siren Man and this other kid. And then the hoodie that she was wearing was Karen's, and the blanket she got was from Augustus, and they also had jewelry underneath the body parts. That was the like millions of dollar jewelry that she did not fucking wear. So they're like, "Why aren't you wearing it?" And she's like, "What fucking jewelry are you talking about?" Yeah. But she's betrothed to them. And then they have powers, like again, Augustus's mind control, Patroclus is to be able to tell the truth, to tell if somebody's lying. Karen's is able to amplify your feelings. So it's like, that's why they're like, he's such a great lover, because y'all fucking like, he can amplify your pleasure, whatever the fuck. I don't fucking remember. But yeah. So they all have powers, and for the while, Alexis thought her powers was to speak to every creature. That's how she could speak to the sirens. That's how she could speak to Nyx. That's how she could hear the hellhounds. Like, basically, no. It turns out her powers is toxic blood, and she can kill she can kill even immortals. So she killed the kid. Mind you, I haven't really seen her kill immortal people yet. Like, we've seen. I guess she killed a siren. I guess. Because the siren that started, like, dying, that was her. Because the siren grabbed a knife that they were fighting with, and it had some of Alexa's blood on it, so it died. That's how she died. She killed her mother. She killed turns out when she saw Drex kill them with this fucking Phonics powers, that wasn't even him, that was her. He was like, "I didn't fucking do that." And she was like, "What?" No, it turns out she also killed them. So she killed her mom, she killed those 3 dudes. She killed the kid in the water, that wasn't even Karen, that was her. And then the siren. That's about it. I think that's all she's killed. They said, yeah. And then also they're like, the children of Phonics have to do the death trials. They have to do that too. So now they're like, oh, well, she has to do it because she's Phonics, because she's the daughter of Hades. And then they were like, nah, like, she's a woman. Why would you ever do that? Like, her honor. She's a woman. She needs honor. So they're fighting about that. She's like, I'll fucking do it. Just shut the hell up. So now she has to do that. I'm pretty sure what the next book is about, because there's another book. And then they go get Charlie, because she dips. She's like, Charlie, hey. And then fucking Augustus, the Phonic 4, they go pick her up, and Charlie. And then Alexis, again, is forced to be married. So she does end up getting married to Augustus and Karen. And they're like, you may now kiss the bride. But everyone leaves. And she's like, what? Why is everyone leaving? Yeah, it turns out the kisses, hashtag Karen Augustus are munch. They're munchers. That's what her kiss was. And that's how it ends. That is how it ends. I wish I was lying. I know, I'm dead serious. It ends with them being a munch, and then she's like, I am a monster. Thank you for listening to this book of Blood of Hercules. What the fuck are we talking about? Literally, what the hell was that? What the fuck was that about? That's what happened, right? But let me read this. Also, it's called Blood of Hercules. It turns out her name is Hercules. So she is Hercules, but like Hercules technically is the son of Zeus. But in this one, she's not at all what Hercules is. What technically Hercules. So who fucking knows? Whatever. But my notes: why is everyone gay and hate pussy? That's for me. I don't know. They were dogging on her way too fucking much for them to be straight. Karen, what's his deal? Patroclus was funny as fuck. I cannot lie. He was a little funny. Augustus, what's his deal? What the fuck is that on that? And I said, is this girl actually Hercules, like the book is literally called and stated, aka daughter Zeus, or is that just some BS and she's actually a phonic? Cause what the fuck? And it turns out, yeah, she was a phonic. Why so much exposition for Drex if he's not a love interest? I don't give a fuck about men. Stop making them the focus of the story. I'm fucking saying all that. Hashtag shout out for once. Not a man wanting to fuck her. Every single man in the story wants to fuck her, but Drex. You know what? I'm here for it. Pray, king, pray. Like, that's my go. And this is before I found out they got Charlie. But I said, Charlie, the fuck happened to him? They didn't want to tell him his sister was actually a Spartan, or did they just not give a fuck and he probably thinks she's dead? And then I said again, what the fuck is Augustus' problem? Killing a siren, what the fuck? Also, Loki the siren deserved it because he was being way too touchy. Also, why is this girl keeping her being an orphan and homeless a secret? Like, these motherfuckers are like, whoa, you're so weak, haha, weak girl, haha, weak human, stupid slut, haha, why you so weak? And she's like, yeah, I guess. Like, hello? Like, don't make it a sob story, but like, just let it be known why you were malnourished and have so many broken bones. And then I put, what the fuck? Dog, her mentors? That's when I found, that's when they were like, like, we're bisexual, so like, we like women, and like, you're like the only woman who hasn't actively tried to fuck us, so like, what I guess what we're trying to say is, I was like, no, bruh. And then I put, and then after that I said, I'm high as fuck, but OMG, what is Augustus' fucking problem? Because I still stand on what's his problem, and I don't even fucking remember what the hell happened. I said, okay, ew. If anyone actually fucking likes these two, you're batshit fucking crazy. They are deadass using this girl as a fucking breeding cow for their phonic schemes and killing anyone in their way. Like, these motherfuckers are sociopaths. And I put, oh, hell nah. This bitch is son of Hades, and now these two crazy fucks can't find a loophole. Haha. Turns out they could. Because they're like, you said the phonic couldn't marry any of these phonic names, and she's not on there, so technically we can marry her, and we don't have to abide by your fucking rules. So they still ended up marrying her anyways. I said, okay, so they betrothed. I said, holy moly, this motherfucker Charlie back. Okay, so she is named Hercules, but is the daughter of Hades, not Zeus. And I said their sex was just 2 munches. And that was it. That was my note on this fuck ass book. Honest to God, I don't even fucking know what to say. It was stupid. And honest to God, my fucking opinion's stupid. It was, honest to God, I can't even fucking tell you what I think about this shit. I can't even form words. I hated every man in the story. Of course I do. Except for Drex, which is honest to God crazy. Honest to God, the fuck was everyone's issue? Like, they all immediately just hated her for no reason. They were like, yeah, a woman, Loki should die. What the fuck? Like, and they were all hating on her bad, like, from day one. They're like, you're a stupid woman. What? Like, they had to know. They were like, how do you not know the ways of Spartan? How do you not know the glorious ways of Sparta? Like, they also, mind you, know that she was living in the human world. Like, she knows she doesn't know the fucking tradition. She knows she doesn't know the bullshit. She knows she's not a fucking fighter. Hey, she was just a random fucking teenage girl homeless. And they're like, why do you not know how to kill a motherfucker? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, generally, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, this shit pissed me off. Not a single good guy. And I remember the story literally was like, for the girls who like the morally gray guys. Morally gray is not what I fucking describe these guys. These guys are actually, if morally gray means that they're okay, they're morally black. Okay, they are fucking awful. They suck. Honest to God, there's not been a single redeemable quality from these fucking guys. Just because they're like, who hurt you? I'll hurt anybody who hurts you. Shut the fuck up. How about you're stupid? How about you're annoying? How about you're sexist? And I'm sick of y'all. I'm so fucking sick of these sexist ass men and people being like, no, they're morally gray. No, they are not. Actively, no, they are not. Ain't no way you're telling me you'll see this guy who actively not once does anything decent. Other than that, like, he's like, you can't touch my property. You're telling me these are morally gray guys? What? But I want to see what an evil guy is in your fucking eyes. I want to see what one of them is. Because these men are evil. They don't actually marry her because they're like, no, secretly deep down, we love her. We love and cherish her. No, in their minds, they're like, she is the perfect scheme for us. She is the way we can get rid of this. They don't actively give a fuck about this girl. They literally do not. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. If they're like, no, they like love her. No, they do not. Because the only reason they want her is because she's strong. She's phonic. And because she won't be one of the names on there. So they're able to pass this loophole. That's the only fucking reason they care about this girl. Because they're using her. It's not love, it's fucking being used and manipulative bullshit. And you want to fucking tell me they are morally gray characters? No, the fuck they are not. The only ones who I would, honest to God, even believe would fit this morally gray narrative that they want to push on these two fucking main love interests would be fucking Achilles and Patroclus. They would be the only ones because they actually like aren't thinking about her in a how can we win, how can we fool the government way. No, they're like, hey, you didn't sexualize us, you weren't actively like disrespecting our boundaries. And you're actually not that bad. Like, yeah, we kind of low-key like you now. Like, that's how they progress. And it wasn't over, like, just see them as, like, no, you're my possession now. Like, it's not the bullshit that fucking Augustus and Karen are doing. But they actively want me to root for these guys. They actively want me to be like, no, they're just morally gray. Shut the fuck up. No, they are not. They are shitty fucking they are shitty fucking cunts is what they are. Yeah. Oh, they protect her from a Dr. Cop in a field. That's what any normally decent human being should be fucking doing anyways. Oh, sorry, they're not rapists. They're just basically kidnapping manipulative assholes. And just because they're hot, they get away with it. Girl, just because they're hot, they get away with it. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, God, that's my stand on these books. Fuck the main guys, the love interests. They should not be the love interests, and I stand on that. Oh, anybody who fucking likes them, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're lame, and I stand on that. I am way over the limit. I'm done. Like, I'm done ranting. Guys, I'm done ranting. This book is getting me heated, and it's way past my bedtime already. Hey, Alexis told me it was bedtime 30 minutes ago, so I will be logging off, y'all. Hope you enjoyed me ranting about this fucking book. I already knew it was gonna be heated, y'all. I already knew it was gonna be fucking heated. But yes, that is my thoughts on the Blood of Hercules. There is a second book out called Bond of Hercules. It should be Bond of Hercules. Hercules, because Hercules is a Roman name. Hercules is the Greek name, and they're using Greek gods. But yeah, no, the Bond of Hercules is... What is the next book? Should I read it? No, I low-key fucking should not. It's gonna make me heated. I already fucking know it is. You know what, let's read... Before I log off, because it's already way too fucking long. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. I know. I only reason I know it exists because I accidentally bookmarked it a while ago. Didn't realize what it was. Yeah. Let's read about this about. Book 2, Villains of Lore. Shut the hell up. The sequel to the viral hit Blood of Hercules is finally here. Now in audio, Blood of Hercules delivers a sizzling full cast narration including, okay, whatever the fuck, packed with spicy romance, Greek mythology, and dangerous husbands. This, oh, don't piss me off. With the dangerous husbands. This audiobook is perfect for fans of tension, betrayal, and choosing sides. I'm gonna shoot myself. Anyways, let's continue. There's still more. I'm Hercules, but my powers are not what they seem. I'm trapped in a marriage with my two enemies, and I have accidentally joined a cult. To make matters worse, Augustus and Karen are trying to seduce me. It doesn't help that my mentors, Achilles and Patroclus, are acting really strange. Now a dangerous prisoner has escaped from the underworld, and things are spiraling out of control. Men are fighting over... Sorry. Men are fighting over me. Mysteries are unfolding left and right, and I have had enough. Everybody better beware because I'm fighting in the gladiator competition and seizing my power. Things are about to get very messy for Sparta. I gotta chill. Perfect for readers who love Who Did This to You? Kick-ass heroine. Extreme enemies to lovers. Hey, the last book was also called Extreme Enemies to Lover, and they're still enemies. Morally great alpha hero. Morally great alpha heroes, Greek myth and gladiator competitions, Zodiac Academy, Quicksilver, and Shield of Sparrows. Great! I fucking hated Quicksilver! Great. And I also hated Quicksilver. Listen, my thing is, I'm not into these morally gray guys. Hey, every single time it's like, morally great, get that out of my face! Get out of my face! Because it's like, the morally great guy, like, his only good quality is that he's like, who hurt you? Who hurt my property? Like, that's the only good thing about them, bro. Oh! I fucking hate morally gray male love interest. I don't give a shit. Y'all all piss me off bad because here's my thing. You deserve better, darling. Queen, listen, my heroine, women, queens. You deserve better than a morally gray guy. In any fucking sense of the word, I don't give a fuck if a guy starts off with being a cunt to you to the point where you're like, I low-key do not like this guy because he is mean to me. Baby, why is he your husband later? Like, that's not how this works. It shouldn't work that way, and I'm fucking pissed, and I'm annoyed, and I hate morally gray characters. Because, like, I fucking hate them. I hate those guys. I hate that people are like, let's root for the morally gray guy. No, you shouldn't. You fucking shouldn't. If you IRL would not date a morally gray guy, because be honest, no, you fucking guys would not. You guys are like, let me root for the morally gray guys. No, you really do not. Hey, in real life, you do not want these guys. You only want them because they're described as hot guys. They're like, oh my god, 6 foot tall, muscular, handsome, gorgeous guy who can fight. Yeah, maybe you want him, but he's a piece of shit. So in reality, that it doesn't fucking matter if he's described and perceived as hot. If he's a cunt, that shit goes away. A man who is a cunt is not hot, bruh. I'm sorry. So these morally gray guys, y'all can kill yourselves. I don't fucking care. Okay, I'm done ranting. Honestly, God, I am done ranting. I gotta cut it short. Okay, y'all. That is enough for me today. That is enough from me today on the Blood of Hercules. My rating, you know what? Out of 5 stars, bitch, I give it a 1. I don't fucking care. I'm done. I read it, and I was pissed the entire time. But yes, okay. Enough for me today. I'm done ranting about this fucking book. And it's time for me to go to bed. So, thanks so much for listening to me bitch about a book. Maybe maybe I'll do it in the next one. Who fucking knows? All right, I'll see y'all in the next one.